Rescue the 2 prisoners being held in a guard post to the southwest of Ngumba Industrial Zone. The targets are civilians, 1 male, 1 female. Apparently they're specialists sent out there to investigate infectious diseases. They were frequent visitors to that devil's house at Zoyabadipur. If you recover them, we'll finally be able to get first-hand accounts of what's been going on in that place.
Fire at will.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us. Extract him. Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Squad is on its way to the guard post. Watch yourself.
Fire! 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 Fire!
Зачем begrijp? 25 sniper in, pas op uit! Uit! Super, dat zullen ze! Ongeveer voor een vijandige sniper! Zachem begrijp? Laat zo vonnig mogelijk en maak weg om die vijand te verdrijven! Uit!
He's coming too. Roger that. Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Het is jullie twee. Vijandige scherpschutter verloor. Gooi gereed. Hoor. Er is geen teer, begrijp. Moet niet verslapen nie. Hulle gaan steeds in die gebied wees.
Spit it out.
You saved me.
You need to help her.
Come to rescue me. I was asked to show that man around here. Dangerous.
All right, target extracted. Now extract the remaining target.
Cease cover fire! Quiet. Cover me. Brace.
Zimmer de Source 7. Ons heeft die prisonier gevonden en beveiligd. Stuur instructie. Oor. Er is CPF, begrijp. Staan vast. Ik wacht voor verdere bevelen. Uit.
That's the target. Looks like we found him. Amazing, boss. Getting both prisoners out in that situation. Great work. Now exfiltrate. That's it. You've made it out of the hot zone. No sign of the enemy. Mission complete, boss. Yes, mission complete. Boss, that was exceptional. Boss, we placed the two targets in quarantine. They don't show signs of anything, but we'll monitor them just the same. If they had access to the Devil's House, I doubt they were sent there by some health organization. Cypher used them, and would have eliminated them eventually. But we'll protect them here. They've agreed to that. After all, we helped them out of the country as promised. The mission's complete. But boss, they've been behind the curtains at Ngumba. They examined the patients there nearly every day. They told us the patients were being made to listen to voices on tape. But the male target added something interesting. He said he doesn't know what was on the tapes because there was no English version. Of all the voices that were shoved down those people's throats, English was one of them.
Boss, staying on the battlefield that long will have a negative impact on your health. Why not head back to Mother Base for a shower once in a while?
The boss is back. Let's go refuel and load up on artillery.
We're good to go, Chief.
What's the matter?
Stop this! Now!
What the fuck, you freak?
Give me a hand!
Hold her still. Dismissed.
Payback for how they treated her?
Doesn't explain the others. She had every chance to kill them. Tighten security on her cell. This happens a second time. There won't be a third.
Boss, about Eli.
Boss?
I'd heard that one product of the Les Enfants Terribles project went missing in Africa.
Thank you for
The
letting me
age
join
would
the
be
ranks.
about right.
I won't let you down.
Now, I'm not saying I think it's Eli, but I want to run a genetic test all the same. Don't worry, I'll have it done without him noticing. The
Boss,
test may take some
you
time,
ready?
but I'll tell you as soon as we have the results.
Boss!
Got time for a mock battle, boss?
Roger.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ. This is B-Quad. On station at LZ. Scanning out.
Mission objectives are to extract the child soldier's commander and their captive, the General's number 2. This child soldier platoon decided to break away from the Mveli militants. They took the number 2 captive and have occupied an abandoned village. Start by checking that location on your map. Boss, child soldiers will treat you as an enemy, but they're just kids. See that they don't get hurt.
Reconnaissance is best conducted from high vantage points. I've marked a good spot on your map. Take a look at your eye druid.
The General's brother, his number 2. Get him out of there, boss.
Yo salama swal.
There he is, the commander. Extract him.
Begin cover fire.
That's the target prisoner. He's injured. Looks half-starved, too. There's no way he can stand the shock of a Fulton extraction. Get him out by chopper. Roger.
Ceasefire!
Arriving shortly at LZ. This is Pequod, on station at LZ.
All that's left is to extract the commander.
That's the way.
Another group of child soldiers. No, must be a squad they had out on patrol. Security will be tighter now. Watch yourself.
Cover me!
Roger.
Cease cover fire!
This is Pequod, arriving shortly at LZ. This is Pequod, on station at LZ.
You've completed your objective. Now get out of the hot zone.
Gaining altitude.
suspect on board. Leave the rest to us. Yes, mission complete. Boss, that was exceptional. Boss, about how we report this one to the client. I'll tell them we took heavy resistance from the renegade platoon and the hostage was killed in the firefight. Also, their leader wouldn't let himself be taken alive. I doubt the client will pay us for this one, but we got a big enough reward from the General's number 2 instead. And as for the number 2, he's saying he wants to join Diamond Dogs. I guess he knows what that means for him. He said, if I'm working for you, I can be number 2 or number 200 for all I care.
Boss, we have an emergency. Many of our staff are falling ill. At first it seemed like a common cold, but before we knew it, blisters started popping up on their chests and... Damn it. I'll fill you in at the ACC. Just get in the chopper.
Look closely. Those are the symptoms of the infection on Mother Base. The blisters on the body were full of tiny worms. Parasite larvae, most likely. But we couldn't find any adults. It doesn't seem to mature in the body, like a spargatum. We don't know the root of infection, or what causes symptoms to develop.
Boss, do you remember seeing these symptoms before? The bodies floating around in the oil facility, the bedridden test subjects at the Devil's House. This epidemic looks just like what we've seen on our hunt for Cypher.
So this is the weapon of mass destruction Cypher was working on in Africa.
Boss, the situation is urgent. We need to quarantine the infected and contain the pathogen. Priority now is to prevent more casualties. But the problem is, how do we tell who's infected? During the incubation period, we have no way of knowing who's clean. You'll have to try and guess who's infected before they go symptomatic and quarantine them. That'd be easy if we just knew the route or vector of the infection. From now on, if you even suspect a staff member's infected, use your iDroid to order them into quarantine. Given the situation, the men won't submit to quarantine just because I or the medical team tell them to. But they will listen to you. Of course, it's just a temporary measure until we find a permanent solution. But at least they'd be in solitary isolation so they won't infect each other, and we get the mental care they need. If we do nothing, we'll only lose more people. We have no choice. Boss, open your iDroid. I'll explain how to quarantine staff members suspected of infection. Go to the Mother Base menu and select Staff Management. First, take a look at the quarantine facility we've set up. We'll isolate anyone who's already symptomatic at the quarantine facility. But we have to expect that there are multiple staff who are infected but asymptomatic. So how do we identify them? At present, we have no way to tell them apart. But there has to be something for us to go on. If you notice anything, reassign staff you suspect are infected to the quarantine facility. We'll monitor them and then contact you if there's a change in their condition. Correctly quarantining these asymptomatic infected will reduce the number of new infections. You should continue with your missions as usual. If Cypher is behind this, going after them should help us determine the root cause of this epidemic. Also, until we identify the pathogen, we can't fire or dispatch any staff. We cannot let this thing spread. Boss, get to the bottom of this fast. We're counting on you. staff you specified. Did you figure out what's causing the infection? Quarantine the staff you specified. Did you figure out what's causing the infection?